Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at what a real debt journey can look like. And it's not always pretty. It's not always what you want it to be. My debt didn't go down this month. In fact, it went up. And I'm still here, still focused, and still moving forward. So let me show you what happened between October 1st and November 1st this year. Sometimes real life hits your budget harder than you expect. For me, it was a large veterinarian bill that I had to put on a credit card. And the total surprised even me. I was not prepared for that amount of the bill. But debt reduction doesn't happen in a straight line, especially in retirement. Today, I want to show you the numbers honestly and talk about how I'm staying motivated despite the setback, because 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still moving forward. So let's start with the bad news, okay? The bad news is that on here? On October 1st this year, I owed $60,402.52. I stopped keeping, I started rounding out the dollars, I think, in the next month. But on November 1st, I owed $61,098. So it went up. I mean, I kind of like having that 0 there, but now it's gone. Now it's a 1. But this unexpected cost did not derail me. I'm adjusting my plans going forward, and this does not mean failure. I knew this bill was coming along sometime. It was $1,525. It was a big bill, but I love my dog. I would have spent twice that much. So, but the silver lining was that I was still moving forward and reducing my debt, because if I had taken this figure from October 1st and added the $1,525 new debt, that total would have been $61,927.52, but we'll forget about the cents. That is a lot larger. I mean, that's almost $900 larger than what it is. So this means I made a lot of progress on the rest of my debts, even though I had to incur a new one. So let's take a look at the bad news in colored pictures. Remember, on my September to October debt totals, it had gone down so much that I had finished off my first donut need this debt tracker, in which each of the donuts was $5 reduction in debt, and had started this one, a second one, where each donut was $25 in reduction of debt, because honestly, I got tired of coloring all those donuts. So this month, I cannot color any additional donuts because my debt is actually larger. But I'm planning to rectify that, so I'm not going to take any of these away. I'm just going to leave them where they are. And the other good news is this setback did not affect my debt snowball tracker, okay? In October 1st, on my first snowball debt, I owed $155. And I made 2 payments on that in October. The first was my normal monthly payment, and the second one was from my cash savings challenges. I paid this off. And so now, there it is, a big fat zero for my first debt snowball tracker. Then I took the rest of the cash savings challenge money and paid $201 on my TJ Maxx credit card, which was my second snowball debt. These debts were picked because they were small. They were all under $500, but they were the 3 highest interest rates that I have on any of my debts. So we've gotten this one from almost $400 to $158 in October. That's a huge difference. I'll be able to pay that off during November. And then, of course, there was really no change on my third snowball debt because I just made the regular payments. But this is still good news. Still keeping me motivated, still keeping me moving forward. But let's look at this other big picture. So I have my color printer now, and I took my debt spreadsheet and they're organized from highest interest rate to lowest. And I picked my first 3 snowball debts as 1, 2, and 3. As you see, these interest rates are like almost 36, almost 35, almost 34. Those are really high percentage interest rates. So those were my first 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now, number 1 is paid off. Yay! And I picked, and these are the other 2 that are for my snowball tracker. And we made a lot of progress on the TJ Maxx card, remember? It's down here. No, it's down here. And I should be able to pay that off, by December 1st. So I'm keeping track of these so that they're visually more appealing to me, as snowball debts are in yellow highlighter and the debts that are paid off are in pale green for money. Yeah, money in the budget. So on September 1st, I had only paid off 1 of my debts, and that was the care credit card in which I used to pay for my veterinary bill. And I had paid that off at some point here. No, not there. Here. I paid this off in October before the veterinarian's appointment because I needed to make sure I would have enough money on that card at 0% interest to cover his bill. And so in September, in August, I had not paid off any debts yet. There were figures here. I just didn't go back and try to figure out what they were. So October 1st, though, I had paid off 2 debts. I had paid off this one on my snowball tracker, and I had also paid off a small doctor's bill by October 1st. And so anyway, I'd only paid off 2. This one, which was that doctor's office, and the care credit, which I got paid off so I could put a new charge on it. So none were paid off here, 2 were paid off here. But by November 1st, oh, I know why, it's because I'm counting here. By November 1st, after this horrible month, I had paid off the snowball debt. I had paid off another small Affirm debt, which wasn't on the snowball tracker because it was so small. I had still had the doctor's office paid off. The care credit from before was still paid off. The small amount I still owed my son was not paid off yet, but the 2 afterpay bills were paid off. So this month I paid off 6 debts. Is that right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So by this time, by November 1st, I had paid off a total of 6 debts. So that was really good. That was good progress. And, that helped keep me motivated, knowing that I was still paying off debt. I was still making progress on my debt snowball tracker. But even though I had to incur a new debt. Just because we have a setback, it doesn't mean you're a failure in your debt journey. Sometimes things happen. Life happens. And at this point, I think I only had like $100 maybe in my emergency fund, which was not going to touch this $1,525 bill. So, I was still motivated. I was still happy, even though I was sad to see those figures change and sad to not be able to color in any more donuts. The only thing I'm going to change going forward is I think I'm going to try to use a slightly bit more of my savings challenge money to go towards my emergency fund. Not a lot, because I need to pay off debts more than I need the emergency fund, but I'm going to try to set aside a little bit more for that in case something else big comes along. If you get a month like this too, don't be discouraged. Progress is never a straight line. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. And tell me below in the comments what helped you keep going through a setback. Because we're all going to have them, and we all need to motivate ourselves to keep moving forward. So that's it for today. I will see you next week in the cash savings challenges, and we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. I'm not discouraged. I'm moving forward, and I'm happy with my progress. I'm happy with my healthy dog, and it's all good. It's all good. On my next update, I'll tell you how it goes after getting past this terrible month, because I don't anticipate any other large bills the rest of the year. So next video on my debt reduction journey will be going from November 1st to December 1st. And then the one after that will be the end of the year video, and we'll see how well I've done the rest of the year. So until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and thank you from all my new subscribers. I appreciate you so much. I mean, I'll probably be like, 103 before I make any money on this channel, but that's okay. I'm doing this for moving forward, not only for myself, but hopefully for my viewers as well. And maybe a little entertainment for both of us. So until next time, take care. See you after Christmas. Well, no, I've got more videos. So I'll see you next week, whenever that is. Love you. Bye.